Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing 1824. And this might possibly be the last video, maybe it's even quite short. I really don't know. We are in the last phase already, phase 10. The 10 train has been exported and well, every company has a permanent train. The Südbahn has 2 and the Hungarian also has 2. There's basically one major decision to make here, and this player here, I guess if he wants to have a shot for a win, what he has to do is he has to gamble on the possibility that the bank will not break in the upcoming set of ORs. I'm really not sure, it's hard to tell. And he has to basically buy the 8 train into the Bosnia, and there is 600 bucks in here, and maybe he does a swallow, who knows, and then he has to buy a train, probably giving some of his own money, and try to get a 10 train so that he has 2 trains in the Bosnia and 1 train in the KK. I think that is absolutely necessary, otherwise there will be no chance for him to win this game. But first we go into a stock round, and yeah, I mean the important question is how many turns are there left. So we got, these are basically 4,000 here. I assume this is kind of like, I don't know, maybe 5. Maybe there are 7,000 or 8,000 bucks in here. And I'm not sure, maybe on average the companies run for like 300. It's tough to say, but I could imagine something like that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 companies. So maybe we're making like 2,500 per OR, maybe a little more. So it's going to be super close, right? It really is going to be very, very close. And I think the guy here really has to risk it and has to try to force another set. If he buys a train for 1,000, that will also bring a little bit of new money into the company, into the bank, and of course that train will then also run. But I'm pretty sure overall it will give money into the bank. So yeah, hard to tell. I don't know. I assume, I don't know if we see another OR or not, another set or not. I guess so. So that leads us to the question, will people risk that a company gets dumped on them? I'm also not sure about that. Maybe I will make some rolls or something. Usually it's not a big deal. You can definitely risk to buy one of the lower value companies. For example, if you buy a share of these, there's no risk that this gets dumped on you, because it always will have a train because it's operated last, right? So the guy cannot buy the train from here into here and then sell the company, because this company operates always after that one, so therefore it always will have a train after the ORs. And if you do these kind of safe investments, obviously then there is no risk. We'll see. So if we compare these two, this one has an 8 train, this one has a 6 train, and obviously this one makes more revenue. However, if we look here, this one here goes up 20 bucks each turn, except here when it goes up, there it's only 10. This one only goes up 10 bucks. So that's another thing we have to keep in mind. So the question is, will the Mährische make basically 100 or more bucks more than the Böhmische? Only then it's really worth it. So, and that's kind of funny. If we take a look at the last run, the difference is exactly 100 bucks. And yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's no idea, man. I might as well just keep it. So I think I don't trade any shares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might consider maybe the Karl Ludwigsbahn. That's another thing we might... Let me check how much they make. So I just checked the Karl Ludwigsbahn, and they only run for 28. That is really bad. I mean, there is potential to get better, but it is totally obvious that these companies here, with their standard trains, make much more money than the coal companies. So there is absolutely no reason to keep that. Although it is, they actually make 20 bucks. So that's not so bad, but still it feels like the others are definitely better. So I'm going to sell this for 170, and I'm going to get me a share of the Mährisch Schlesische for 60, and that is probably a better choice. And I think this guy might do a similar move. We still have 2 shares in here. So yeah, I'm thinking about, can I sell 2 of them? Is there still enough here? Well, there's 2 shares here. There's 1 share here. Gotta be careful. I don't want to... Well, I think I only want to sell 1 share because I am absolutely not sure. I'm going to buy this last one here. I'm absolutely not sure if there will be shares of the other companies available. When I sell both shares, there might be nothing reasonable out there to buy, except for the Siebenbürgische, which seems to be even worse than the Karl Ludwigsbahn. So that means I also get back 110 bucks. And this guy, I mean, he has to go to the limit. I think he buys one of these. For 130. There we go. And yeah, I mean, this guy will also exchange his Karl Ludwigsbahn share, or maybe even the Siebenbürgische. That seems to be even worse. Okay, that's the end of the stock round. This guy now also completely filled up his portfolio. Everybody is at 13 certificates. He was the only one who didn't have 13. And the players who had the opportunity also changed their Karl Ludwigsbahn and Siebenbürgische Bahn shares for shares of the Böhmische and Mährische. So it is pretty clear now that the companies who only have a G train are really not doing good. There is, of course, the Bosnisch-Herzegovinische, which at the moment also just has a 5, but this is in a better position, and yeah, obviously there is a chance that they will get another train. Yeah, so he's got priority down here, the owner of the Hungarian. And now we go into the next OR, and we'll see if we're going to see another set. Okay, so maybe I miscalculated before, but the Karl Ludwig runs actually for 29, which is not quite as horrible. I mean, The Böhmische runs for 35. But on the other hand, if you think about it, the train of the Böhmische costs 600. The train of the Karl Ludwig costs 800. And still, it's just not really making a lot of money. Okay, I mean, they can upgrade the T's here, and maybe eventually they be on kind of the same level. I think there might be a chance. What is kind of interesting, that still the Karl Ludwig is the most valuable company. So after their run, they're now at 180. And here the Böhmische is actually the second most valuable one. They managed to rise because they were sold out. That's not happening to these up here. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing that these two small companies are kind of successful here. I don't see a lot of track laying going on anymore, especially not in this part here, and also not the tokening. I thought about maybe laying a token with the Hungarian or the Bohemian on this place here, so that this track here is no longer available like this, which is used by a lot of players right now. But you know, you can simply lay a tile here, and there is enough money in the companies to easily do that, and then it just makes no difference. So I don't know, it doesn't seem like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense over here. And there's no upgrades possible anymore. All the brown standard city tiles are gone. Over here, it's a bit of a different story. Yeah, we have the upgrades of the T's, and maybe players could try, I don't know, maybe they can somehow try to get these two dots and then make their way down here again or something like this. But I'm not even sure if that makes a lot of sense either. So I might not even try anymore to do a lot of tile placement here. It seems pretty pointless. One of the really weird things here in this specific game is that the map is totally cut in half. I already mentioned that in the video before. It's really odd. There is no way through here. This is blocked. This part is closed, and this part is also closed. There is no tile that goes into this direction or down here or anything. And you can also not go like this because this part is closed. This is dotted out. Here is no way through except maybe like this, but I mean, come on. And this is dotted out. Here there is no way through. It's really crazy that there is this total cut in two halves in this specific game. So again, it seems like I did a miscalculation. The BK doesn't run for 35, they only run for 31. So that makes the Mährische obviously much more attractive. And it even makes the CL more attractive in a way because, yeah, they are high in value. They make, I don't know, if these things upgrade, maybe they can make more. So this is 8, 12, that is 20, 26, 31. Yeah, it seems I counted maybe one of the four cities somehow double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's just, yeah, they only have a 6 train. I think that was the mistake. Okay, so now we see these little maneuvers. For example, I just realized I can make an upgrade here. And this is, by the way, the last possible upgrade of a dot. All the tiles are now gone. So there's nothing we can do here to somehow open up these areas. This was the last tile. And now the Hungarian can go now 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and they can take this dot. So they make a few bucks more because they, instead of ending here in the standard city, they can now go to the T city. Not a big deal. And they might even consider going to Kiev if they make a connection like this. But I think that this doesn't really help that much. No, the T, this one will eventually be also 50. But okay, maybe they make 1 or 2 runs to Kiev until this is also at 50. I'm not sure. Actually, I can see the Hungarian. I see a different plan here. So, yeah, okay. So let's see. Maybe someone else will do this and follow this plan. But for now, the Hungarian has a better option because they control also this space here. So they can run the 4G to Vienna, which is better than taking these tokens here, at least for now. And then they can try to go this way down here and then maybe build 2 tiles here and try to go here to Mailand. So that's a bit of a new option, and I'm gonna make some calculations. You know, the thing is, in the end, it's probably 10 or 20 bucks. It's really not a big deal, but you kind of want to do it right. Okay, I'm not absolutely sure, but I think if this gets upgraded to brown and I make a connection here to Kiev, then this route actually gives me a few more bucks. And then I'm going to run the 6 train, 1, 2, 3. I can actually start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might consider starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha! That's even better. Yep, that works out because I can go with. Can I? Yeah, absolutely. I can go with the G train this route here, and with the other train I can go here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Nice. And I might now actually consider laying a token here to screw the others. You know, why not? Let's do that. Yeah, I can do that, so I will. I got the money, gonna throw in $100, and I'm gonna lay a token here. Just to make sure that I control this space, because that's a really nice run for me. Okay, right now the Hungarian is running for 600, and it will be a little more once they connect to Kiev. Well, the Südbahn, they have a G train. They thought about, okay, maybe I can do something getting out here and maybe then upgrade this. But you know, this is crazy. There is nothing left from the brown tiles which would allow you to do this. We got something like this. Oh, that's the wrong one. That is, no, actually it was, okay. Well, but anyway, it doesn't help, right? I mean, this would be something I could use to upgrade this, but that doesn't bring me anywhere. And there is not a lot left. I mean, these two are also, I think, pretty pointless. What about this? No, we need something with a straight. And then there would be this one, but that's the wrong one, right? There is not, yeah, it simply doesn't match. So no way, I cannot upgrade this anymore in a way that I get into this direction. So yeah, I mean, this is really a crazy map development here. The only companies that could do it are the ones here. Maybe they could try to go down here, but they have no interest because they only have the standard trains. Really weird. Okay, I guess pretty much the final run of the Südbahn will be starting here with the 4G, going this way here, down here through Vienna. That's 1. And here, taking this dot, 2, 3, 4. kind of once across the map. And then we got a 6 train, and we could also start in Vienna and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Milan. I guess that's the best we have. So the Südbahn has 57, so a little less than the Hungarian. Although they have exactly the same trains, but the Hungarian has better tokens. They can use Budapest and Wien, while the Südbahn has no access to Budapest. They can go to Milan, which also gives 70, but because of these two green cities, it's just not quite as attractive here. So it seems the Bosnische has a really cool run for its G train. They can start down here, then go like this, and here, and then through Vienna, and then go here and take all this crap and also this city here onto to Dresden. And the thing is, eventually, right now they don't have money. But if they, I wonder when they get their run. I think they get their mail run during the running company step. I'm pretty sure about that. Because if they have money, they can build a city here, Szegedin, for 20 bucks, and then they can actually go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then simply take all this crap here, and then they can take Budapest and Wien and all these tokens. I think that's a really good run. I think actually if this is fully upgraded here, this run might be even better. He can then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these two give good money. Kiev also gives a lot of money, and we have overall 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. And if we go here, it's also 4 tokens. Oh man, that's going to be very close. 1, 2. The problem is we got to take this. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I think this is not quite as good, although it takes Wien. Pretty crazy. I'm building on this one now, but for now I think Wien is better. So I'm going to go here for now. Okay, so I tried to calculate again and kind of counted the bank. And the big question is now, I run for 310 with the 5G. And I make, by the way, exactly 10 more bucks at the moment on this route here, which looks so cool because it goes diagonally through the whole map. But I make only 10 bucks more than if I make this whole route here. So that's kind of fun. And this will become significantly better eventually. So the thing is, I run for 310. I could swallow. I would then have 370 in here. I could buy the train over, and then I have here 600, I don't know, 980 or something. That means I only have to kind of pay another 20 bucks or so to buy the 10 train. So that would be no problem at all. However, is it worth this? Because I basically lose the run here and I'm going to lose the run here. So I basically need another set, I guess. Do I? So what do I get? I basically lose 2 runs. One with a 5, one with an 8. But if I do it, I get guaranteed 2 runs with a 10. because there are 2 more ORs. And if I'm lucky, there are 5 more ORs. So I think this is definitely worth it. I'm going to swallow the 310. Of course, I also lose share value, which sucks. But if I have any ambition to win this, I have to pull that off. So this thing drops, and now I'm going to buy the 8 train. I mean, I completely could force buy. I could say, fuck it, I'm going to pay out. That's actually an interesting option. What if I pay out and simply force buy this train? I would not lose share value with the BH then. That's interesting. And it might not be that much. Let's do some math here. Okay, that's a little tough to calculate now. The thing is, if I pay out, so pretty much everybody else, or exactly everybody else, has 1 share of the Bosnia. And I have 5. I have 6. So let's say I have 5 shares to keep things simple, because that's what I gain actually over the others, right? So if I pay out, I make $150 from this run. They ran for a 310, let's say 150. And eventually this thing will end up 2 spaces lower than it would if I pay out. So that means, let's say it's eventually here, I lose like $40 per share in addition to that. So that is like another 5 shares, it's another 200 basically, right? 5 shares, 5 times 4 is 200. So that means if I swallow now, I lose like $350. If I pay, how much do I have to spend for the train? That's basically the question now. So that's 615, 620, so it's like 670 in here. So I need to pay like 330. Okay, so it seems I lose 250 if I swallow. Does that make sense? Or was it 350? Wait a minute. It's 150 for the shares, and it's $240. So it's 350. So then it makes more sense to pay out. Yeah, I think that's more reasonable. I'm going to pay out. So that means we're here instead. Yeah, it's kind of like the difference, 2-step difference in these higher areas, and that's where this thing will eventually be, is like $20. And so I'm kind of losing $40 times 5, that's 200, plus the 150. Yeah, I think I'm going to pay out. And then that means I get, well, 6 times 310. Okay, and now I'm going to buy the 8 train for $60. All the money in here, I'm going to buy it over to this company here. And that's it. So that means that now the KK will operate, and now I got to think about what am I going to do with my 10 train. God damn, that's the other question, right? Can I even run that 10 train in a reasonable manner? I actually didn't really, maybe I should have thought about that before. That's not so easy, actually. let's say I start here. 1, 2. I cannot go through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, I cannot even do that. If I build through here, oh man, that kind of sucks. I really should have thought that through better. Yeah, the KK is in such a poor position that the 10 train doesn't really help me that much. So it seems like for now, the best route the KK can get is if they start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They take this little dot, 9, 10. So if I lay this track, that gives me at least, yeah, I get another, I mean, I can at least run the 10 train to its full extent, but it's not great, right? I mean, 3 are just 30 cities, 2 are only dots. Maybe on the long run, it would be cool if I could run down here like this and then go here and then lay track here, but I need the money for that. The Bosnische, they could try to do that, but that will take a few hours, and I'm not even sure if I will still, if the game will even last that long. So for now, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to force buy the train. I think it's still okay. I think the Bosnische can make good use of the 8 and of the 5G, and I'm sitting on 60% here. So I think in general, this is still a reasonable maneuver. So we need $1,000 now to buy the 10 train, and yeah, of course the value drops here. 5, there we go. Okay. So now I bought basically 2 trains out of pocket with this guy, but of course, overall I spent maybe $500 or so. And yeah, I think if I would have not done that, I would have simply lost. There's no way. And there, in this situation, I might have still a small chance, although I seriously doubt that. Okay, the Siebenbürgische, what they're going to do is, so we actually do see a couple of track lays. They lay now this piece of track here, and then they lay a token, because now the Hungarian has no token left after they placed theirs here. So there is no danger that anyone can block this this space. So the Karl Ludwig does not have to be afraid there, but the SB now has a better route because they can start down here. They only have a 4G train, but they can now go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 to Kiev, which is worth $50. That's better than this one here. So yeah, I think that makes more sense. Yeah, so the Siebenbürgische, they ran for 28. And eventually they might get a chance to upgrade this. And maybe the Karl Ludwig Span will actually also place a token there. And then they can maybe kind of hurt the Bosnische and the Hungarian, because they also use this route, and if this gets blocked, that is not so great for them. It's not a big deal, and maybe they can somehow then actually use the route here from this mine here to Dresden, but we will see about these things. And this is now the typical 18xx endgame, right? Where you're just fighting about a few bucks, and I mean, I guess, I don't know if the game is already decided. I don't actually think so. This guy and this guy, they are very close, so maybe it's going to be still interesting between the two. But for the others, it's now just sitting there and staring at the board and hoping that this thing is over pretty soon. So the Mährische now loses a bit of cash because of this dot placement here of the Hungarian. So they now have to basically start here, go this way, and that way here, all the way down there, and then down here. And usually they wanted to go here, so they did an upgrade here, and eventually we can connect here, and then this route is available again. Yeah, that did actually cost them quite a bit. I don't know, like 50 or something. That wasn't really great. So now they just ran for 38. So when the second operating round, the CL, starts again, and they upgrade here Czernowitz, and now they have 40 bucks to place a token. And that will go here now. And that could now have maybe an impact on the route of the Hungarian and the Bosnia. I'm not sure, we gotta check that. At least they cannot take this anymore, but maybe it's not so bad. Maybe they just simply start here and, I don't know, take another city instead. So it's probably not that bad, but they lose Czernowitz, which is not that great. Which is bad to lose, that's what I mean to say here. But I just realized it's better, instead of upgrading Czernowitz, I'm still going to lay a token here to block the others. But I want to upgrade later. What I do instead is I make an upgrade here. Like that, because I got a 5 train, and this allows me now to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to Kiev. So they ran for 32, and eventually when these two will be upgraded, they're gonna run for 34. I guess that's then as good as it gets for the Karl Ludwig. And then next it is the Böhmische Commerzbahn, and they might want to lay this track, I guess, or down here actually. Let's see if they start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly. So we're going to spend the 40 bucks. And that allows us to connect here through the mountains. And then we run for, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 200, 260, 310. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, so the Hungarian now also has its maximum route, its maximum value. There's no change anymore. They start here, or in this mine here, and then 1, or this here, 2, and then this way 3, and then 4 to Kiev. And that train ran for 29. And then they run the other one here from Budapest, 1, 2, 3. Then down here, 4, 5, and 6. And overall that gives them 63. And yeah, I'm going to mark that here. There's not going to be any change anymore. Okay. Okay, so also now the ultimate route for the Südbahn. They have a 6 train which goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they have a 4G which starts down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these 3 dots. And the 6 runs for 31 and the other one runs for 26. So that brings the run to 57. This is now as good as it gets for them during this game. So the Bosnische, oh wait a second, I'm not even sure if I can do that. I thought about running the G train, the 5G, like 1 and then 2, 3, 4, and then like this 5. That would have worked, and that would have given them 35, which is a great run, and it's the best run they can get. But the question is, how much does that restrict them with their 8 train? Because they don't have any tokens here, and if they use this too extensive, I'm afraid they can't really do that. Yeah, I think I have to take... Oh, no, wait a minute. I got a token in Sarajevo. Okay, then it should work, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4... and then what? If I do an upgrade here, I gotta take that dot though, which kind of sucks, but that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, or I go this way here, but that doesn't really help. Can I lay in? I don't have a token, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe then like this. 5, 6. I've been here already. I can't do that. Yeah, that's gonna be tricky. I probably cannot do this run. I think I need some of this route for the other run, and then I gotta go something like this, which cost me like $2. It's not a big deal, but I think I have to go 1. I really want to make this connection here, but I think I don't have the money to do that yet. Once I make that, I can go like this. But now there is a bit of trouble here, so I'm not sure what to do here. Okay, I think I figured something out, but it's not the final route. I think they can do better if they upgrade this, or if they lay a token tile here. But right now they don't have the money in the company, but the 5G will give them the money. So, okay, let's see. First I have to do an upgrade here, and I hope I still have a tile like that. Yeah, but there is one. So it can do this. And okay, so now I run the 5G starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I run the 8 starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up. Wait a second, it's not that easy. I thought I could get to Milan. Well, then I have to start here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That brings me at least to Milan. And then next turn I think I can do something better. Yeah. No, wait a second. I can do it like this. 1, 2, 3. Ah, okay. So I don't even need that tile, but I'm going to lay it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, awesome. That works out. Okay, so we do have the first run breaking the 700. Pretty impressive. So, yeah, 710. That's what the Bosnia runs for. So now it's the Siebenbürgische, and they are the weakest company. They run for 29. With a 4G, they start here and go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, not that great. But okay, they have just the 4G. That is also the weakest train, I guess. Yeah, the KK is not in a great shape. They only have a single token in Wien. They don't have any money left to lay another one, and they got their 10 train. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but it sucks that you have to use a 10 train for that. So it's 1, 2, 3, the dot here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So they gotta take 2 dots. Well, okay. So that's 10, 14, 22, 30, 38. Okay, and the Mährische, they have their last run, or not last, but the final run basically. So it's not going to improve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that means, okay, that's 11, 19. And then we got, this is 12. So it's 21, 31, and another 11. So that's 42. Okay, that is their final value that they're going to run for, 42. Okay, so now that we have all the final values here, starting with the BH, Hungarian, Südbahn. Interestingly, yeah, it's a regional that makes the most money. The MS, KK, CL, BK, and at the end it's the SB. And we can see there is now about a little more than 2,000 in the bank, maybe 2,200. And yeah, the bank will definitely break. They run for 700. These, I mean, nearly these, the first 4 basically already, I think, break the bank. So that there's no question here. So I'm going to put new money into the bank. Then I'm just going to pay out the last operating round. There's no need to lay track or anything. And after that, I'm going to let you know the result. Okay, so game over, and we have a result. So, and it's kind of a surprise. So not a big surprise is this guy here is the winner. It looked quite a bit like that basically through most of the time of the game. He holds all he holds a lot of the good state railroad shares. The Südbahn, the Hungarian, they make the good runs. They're not the best companies in share value. The CL and the BK is better, but they are not far away. So we got 220, 200, and then the Hungarian has 190 and 170. So it's not a big difference here. Okay, so this guy has 5,203. And the interesting thing is that the second best is just $3 in front of the third, 4,996 and 4,993, And as I said, the winner has basically 200 bucks more. So it's a pretty close game. And the interesting part is that the second best is actually this guy, who owned the Mährischlesische and the Böhmische. And I was really surprised by that. I didn't expect that. None of these two companies had two trains, but he was performing better than this guy with the Hungarian who has two trains. So that's really a surprise. I think the reason is he held 5 shares of the Böhmische, which is the second best company. He also had 3 shares of the Südbahn. The Mährische made solid money. So that was an interesting result here. Then in third we have this guy. I expected him to be a little better with the Hungarian. And interestingly too is that the fourth place player is actually him. So the other guy with all the goods trains, he has the most valuable shares of the Karl Ludwigs. The Siebenbürgische has a solid share value. It's not terrible, at least. And yeah, I mean, somehow it seemed he managed not to come in last, although I totally expected that. But interestingly, this guy did. So his whole crazy train shuffling actions really didn't pay out. He is only at 4,218. So in the end, he's $1,000. He's got $1,000 less basically than the winner, and still $200 less than the guy in fourth place. And yeah, that's really something I didn't expect. I thought he would do better, but yeah, he had to force buy 2 trains. That was his decision. He wanted to take the risk, and it was definitely not to his favor that the game ended after this set of ORs. If it would have gone one more set, he might have at least outperformed this guy, but I think he could not have won that whole thing. His share value is just not that great. The KK is pretty bad with 120, and the Bosnische is okay, but not great. So yeah, it's interesting. It really didn't work out. So I think the biggest surprise for me was that actually in the end, this guy with his 2 regionals came in second. I mean, okay, he's got 1 share more than the owner of the Südbahn. That gives him definitely an advantage, but still, I was surprised by that. I think I'm going to go to sleep, and then say a few final thoughts tomorrow morning. Okay, next morning, and I'm back, and yeah, I thought about it. Honestly, I don't really have that much to say about the game. I mean, I've spoken a lot about 18xx games, how much I love them, how great they are in my opinion, and that the same thing can be said about this one, right? I mean, it's a fantastic game. It's an 18xx game, and I love it. It is definitely a little more on the operational side, and there is not that much going on here with the market manipulation or crazy financial tools. So that's something you have to enjoy, and I really like the train roster, the 2 different types of trains, and the option to upgrade them. That gives you a lot of interesting decisions here. Apart from that, I would say it is just for my personal taste. I know it is actually, many people seem to like it a lot. I would say for me it's kind of in the upper middle region of my 18xx collection. I would rate that a solid 9. So yeah, definitely a really, really good one, but not exactly one of my favorites. But that is just because there are simply, for me personally, other games that are even better than that. I will eventually do a ranking of my 18xx games, I think. But yeah, for now I just want to leave it here. I just don't know what more to say about this. Okay, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.